Good day everyone, you're welcome to the channel. This is Yoke Fashion and thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video I'll be sharing the making of this Victorian corset top, so it's well detailed and beginner friendly. For this tutorial class I'll make use of these small pieces of lace for the yoke, also the lining, and this doll face will serve as the main bodies. I've drafted out the pattern in the previous video I made, and I added ½ inch to all the sides, both the front and the back pattern, and I cut 4 pieces. That is, I cut 2 pieces from the doll face, which will be the main bodies. Then I also cut 2 pieces from the lining. So now I have 3 panels on the right side and 3 panels on the left side. If you check the previous video, you will understand how I came about these panels. I'll drop the link in the description box. So now I'll connect these 3 together and also these 3 panels together. But before that, I proceed to cut word. This word is not compulsory. It depends on your choice. And I've added interface as well to the main bodies of the fabric. So to stitch, ensure that the notched part at the underbust, you ensure you notch the underbust and the notch part, you align them together before you pin and stitch. So after pinning and stitching, this is what it looks like. You can see we already have the 2 sides facing each other. Next is to join the 3rd panel to it. So I proceed to pin the 3rd panel to the first 2 that I joined. Then I stitch the 3 together and also gave it a good press. So after ironing, this is what it looks like, and I joined the 6 panels together. So I will not be adding any extra fabric for boning casing. I'll just use the boning channels I have here already. So the next thing to do now is to measure the length of the channels and cut it out on my boning. So this boning that I'm using is a sewable boning. So, and after measuring it, I cut it out. And to fix the boning inside, you know how boning used to be, it will have one curved edge, though some people used to iron it, but if you are not ironing it, just ensure that the curved part is facing your direction, because that will make it relax well on the body. So, and I proceed to stitch the boning to the fabric, stitching the 2 edges. You know it's sewable, so I stitch the edges of the bonings together. So this is what it looks like. And also I added yoke. The reason why I used yoke for this tutorial, I would have loved it to be just tube, but I got a message. The person said the way I made the yoke, she doesn't understand, so I decided to make this video because of that. So this is how to fix the yoke to any style that you want to sew. So first of all, you stitch the yoke to the main bodies of the fabric. Then after stitching it, you later stitch the lining alongside. So I proceed to pin the lining to the bodies and stitch. Now our front bodies is half done. Then the next is to proceed to the back. So for the back, these are the 4 panels for the back. And in order not to make mistake, while cutting, ensure you notch the half length so that you know which is to be connected with which. Because if you don't do that, you might connect the zipper allowance with the other panel, and that won't give you the good result that you really want. So next is to stitch the panels. So first of all, I'll pick the panels on the left side and also the right side. I pin them together and proceed to stitch. So I ironed it open just the way I did for the front panels. I ironed it open and measured the length I have there to cut out the boning. So I proceed to cut out the boning and also to stitch just the way I stitched the edges at the front. So I stitch the edges of the boning all together. So, and the way I did the yoke for the front, I also did that at the back. I stitched the yoke to the main bodies, then use the lining to turn it. And to do that, I just pinned the edge at the yoke side, I pin them together, then proceed to the machine to stitch. So now we have our front bodies and the back together. Now next is to stitch the edges this way. Just follow the way I'm doing mine. It's easy, not hard at all. Place lining and lining together, then the fabric also together. Then you stitch the measurements, that is your measurements out. So I pinned and I stitched, and after stitching I flip it open. Then this shoulder side, the armhole side, in order for it to relax where I had to notch it. So to notch it, you do it this way. You just use your scissors to cut little part of the armhole side so that the armhole side will be able to relax well. So after doing that, I proceed to add boning to the side as well. So this is what it looks like after adding the boning. Next is to stitch the hem, and after stitching the hem, you stitch the zipper side too. So but when you are stitching the zipper side, you will only stitch one side of the zipper, because if you stitch the two together, there's no way, there's no how you are going to turn it out. So you leave one side open, then you stitch the other side, and I proceed to pin all the edges, all the hem, and also the side I said I will be stitching. And after stitching, this is the side I left open, and I've stitched the other side. So just dip your hand inside and remove it. It's very easy. Next is to give it a good press, and when you are done pressing it, the side that is opened, that you left opened, you will iron 1/4 inch in on both sides. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Just iron, you know, you've stitched 1/4 inch at one side, so the part that you left open, you ironed 1/4 inch in, because you will be top stitching on the 1/4 inch. And this is how to go about that. You can see I've ironed 1/4 inch in. Now I top stitch on both sides of the 1/4 inch. Next is to fix the shoulders together, the front bodies and the back bodies. So I proceed to fix the shoulder. I pin them together, and also you can fold the armhole this way, or you can use your bias tape to stitch it. Just fold it twice after stitching the armhole. So thank you very much for watching this video to the end. Bye.